All right, ladies and gentlemen of the 118 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community. I'm back again with another video. And in this video, we're going to be discussing none other than Mr. Malcolm R. Willoughby, also known in the G.I. Joe world as Deep Six. Deep Six was born in Baltimore, Maryland, where he would later join the Navy. While in the Navy, he rose to the rank of PO Second, which is a master diving rating. His primary MOS is a diver. His secondary MOS, small craft pilot. And I guess that is at some point when he joined G.I. Joe, he's a loner. Deep Six doesn't like to be around people. He likes to dive and be at one with the ocean or whatever waterways he's working in. This leads me to understand why he was never cast as a SEAL, like Wetsuit or Torpedo or Wet Down. He has to be probably the best at this profession because he has to corner that market. If he wants to be a loner and a diver and do everything by himself, then he needs to be really good at what he's doing. So that leads me to say there's nobody really for him to ask because he likes to be alone. So the original Deep Six was released in 1984. He was also released in 1985, packaged with the Submersible High-Speed Attack and Reconnaissance Craft, also known as the Shark. He was ultimately discontinued in 1986. There are a few other versions of Deep Six out there. There's version 1 and 2. No, I'm sorry, there's version 1, which was 1984-85, version 2, 1989, which was my personal favorite, version 3, 1992, and that was of the Eco Warriors, version 4, 1993, version 5, version 6, version 7, all in 2008, version 8, which is 2009, and the figure that you see before you right here. There was also a Brazilian version and a European version. So how about, without further ado, we take a look at some of his equipment, starting with his file card. So, I'm sorry, I dropped it. Here's his file card. You can pause and read that if you would like. And Navy Diver Second Class, E5. His weapon of choice, selective fire, fully automatic assault rifle with harpoon. Awesome. Next, let's take a look at his figure stand. We've seen these before. Rise of Cobra line, probably the best figure stands that they made. I don't know why these weren't used more. Really cool. Next, he has a mask and rebreather hose. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. We saw the wetsuit figure had 2 hoses. He only has 1. I don't know why, but that's how that was made. Here's his backpack. Ironically, these 2 canisters are removable. These 2 silver things are not. Right here on the back, you see that hole? That is where you will peg in his mask. He's got these flippers here. We're just going to put those down beside him, or in front of him, rather. Let's go ahead and get them back situated. Awesome. We saw those also with the wetsuit figure. He has this sidearm. It looks like some type of a silenced weapon. Plain Jane cast in black hard plastic, or semi-hard plastic. And he has this single dagger cast in all black. He has his harpoon rifle. That's what it's called on the file card there. See if we can get that to focus in a little better. Man, it's difficult to get these things to focus in today. But ultimately, I'll try to get a better picture. All right, moving right along. And he also has this cannon, which we've known to be released with the Rise of Cobra and the Retaliation line. They came with these crazy cannons. And this one, let's see if that makes it better. And this one has a firing missile, spring-loaded. Here's the button right here. And I actually pulled all of the missiles out of these weapons and put them in a little tote to kind of, keep them away in storage if I ever need them. Next, something that he wasn't released with, I actually came across this in a figure store. There was a little baggie with some things in it, and it had one of these for G.I. Joe and the other one for Cobra, and I decided to give it to him. So we saw this with the wetsuit figure. It's the same exact one, so we'll skip over being very detailed with that. What I didn't go over in that video was there was a sticker sheet for this, and this is called it's here on a paper. It is the Dragonfish, and here's some instructions for it. So he was not packaged with this, but since I had an extra one, I gave it to him. So let's get a look at the Deep Six figure. I like him dressed in his diving gear, in the wetsuit. Let's get a 360 on him. Right here, this is a sheath for his dagger. And here is a sheath for his sidearm, which you see right there. Okay, there are better captures of the equipment there. Sorry, they were a little blurry when I showed them earlier. So here he is. Let's look at the face. He has a very different face from Wetsuit. Wetsuit had almost like that Channing Tatum Duke face. Rise of Cobra really used that head sculpt for a lot of things. Good thing they didn't use it for him also. Really cool. So with that being said, I think I will give him a grade of, let's say, C+. And the reason I'm going to give him a C+, and I gave Torpedo a B+, and I gave Wetsuit a B, the reason I'm going to give him a C+ is because Wetsuit and Deep Six are very similar figures, right? However, Wetsuit had a little bit of an extra hand by being packaged with this cool piece of equipment right here, which was the Dragonfish. He doesn't have it, so I can't give him the same grade because this is a whole cool factor that he does not have. However, I was lucky enough to come across one, and I gave it to him, but he's not packaged with it, so I got to go with what he's originally packaged with. And everything here, I think he's a pretty cool figure. If you wanted to, get him in your collection and you were a little on the fence, then I say you should do it. Put him in your collection. All right? So with that being said, I'm going to end this video right here. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. Get to them at my earliest convenience. All right? So peace until the next one.